Hello all, I am Pradeep and I am a solutions engineer with around 5 years of experience, and I am here to discuss a very important topic, that is Linux. So Linux is a foundation for all of the software engineers, and it is where every task comes basically from. So most of the tools are designed for Linux, and most of the servers in the world are running on Linux. So you have to have a hands-on experience with Linux before you enter into the proper tasks. Be you a student or a early stage working professional. So before you get onto your projects, it's good you learn Linux. So it will be helpful for you in doing your day-to-day activities. So let me tell some of the basic commands. So you are in terminal currently. This is a bash terminal, and you want to see where you are located at or which directory you are currently at. So then you give pwd, that is a present working directory or a print working directory. It gives you the path where you are currently at. This is a user slash Pradeep, and you want to list all the files and directories which are under Pradeep directory. Then you go with ls. So with ls you get to see the list of all the uh, files and directories under your current directory, and you want to enter into one of the directory called go. For example, any of the directories, but I choose to go. And so you want to enter it into that directory means you have to do cd and do the file, like the folder which you want to. There you enter into the directory of go currently. And now when you do a ls, it shows you the list of all the files and the folders inside the go directory. Now I want to go back. So how do I go back? I can do the same cd command with a dot dot. It takes you back to your one directory back, or you can give the entire path like cd slash users slash Pradeep. It takes you into that particular directory. And then we have this thing called, you need a directory to be created. So to create a directory, what you do is you do it with mkdir and the folder name or the directory name. I will choose it to be like tech. Okay, so it creates a folder called tech. Then I go into tech, cd tech, and then I want to create a file. I want to create a text file. So I can use multiple things like a nano, vi, or you can go basically with a touch. That is what some people prefer to. So we can go uh, type the command called touch and give the file name, that will be pradeep.txt. And then when you do ls, created a file called Pradeep, and then we can use vi and start editing the file. You can type in things. I will give more detailed information on how to use vi in the upcoming videos, but for now this is the way. And then to remove a file, you give it rm and the file name, and it's removed. Then I want to delete the folder called tech. So I have to do rm-rf. Rf is like remove forcefully. It deletes even the files and subfiles inside the directory called tech. So this is also deleted. And now you want to clear the screen, whatever you are seeing on the terminal. So you can use a command called clear clear, and it clears your thing. And if you want to go back and see what commands you have entered, you can click on history, history, and it shows you all the commands like which you have already used. And like this will be some of the basic commands which are useful in your day-to-day activities, like removing files. And some other commands are like to view the files, you go with cat. Using cat you can see the contents of the file. So this is a text file which I am opening. So you can see the contents which are written inside that file, and then you can go with copying the file. Now I am copying the file pradeep.txt into go folder. So I can do this cp the source file, that is Pradeep, and then I'll be copying it into go. So if you do this, the file from this current directory, that is a slash user slash Pradeep, and the file pradeep.txt, this moves into go folder. So we can check that ls go. So you can see that under the go folder, the pradeep.txt is saved, and also the file is copied, not moved. So the file stays in the current directory. I want to now move this particular text file from pradeep.txt into a folder called tech. So how do we do it? mv the source file and the destination directory. So now the file should have moved from the current directory into tech, and it should not be seen here. So ls, so that file is gone, and now it should be there in tech directory, cd tech ls. Yeah, and this is all basics what I am telling. Now we will be making a detailed video on each base like important topics with extensive coverage of the commands with their help, like options which are available along with the command. For example, ls I have shown here, that will show only the files which are publicly seen. There are some files which are hidden, so to run that there are some command options that has to be passed. So these kind of things I'll make a detailed video on it, and later I'll make multiple videos in linux and continue this journey. So now we want to see like process. So which are all the processes that are currently running? To check that, you can do a ps. It shows the processes which are running. If you want to see all processes, it will be like ps-a, and you can see the time and date. So you can give the date command, it gives you the time and date. And this is my YouTube channel where I post content on tech. Please do follow for more tech insights.